Namo Phat, good morning. Thank you for joining me for a daily practice check-in. Listen, listen, listen. This beautiful sound calls us back to our true home. The third mindfulness training. Aware of the suffering caused by sexual misconduct, I vow to cultivate responsibility and learn ways to protect the safety and integrity of individuals, couples, families, and society. I am determined not to engage in sexual relations without love and a long-term commitment. To preserve the happiness of myself and others, I am determined to respect my commitments and the commitments of others. I will do everything in my power to protect children from sexual abuse and to prevent couples and families from being broken by sexual misconduct. Our Dharma lesson today is Truthfulness and Speech by Abhayagiri from beginning our day by the monastics of Abhayagiri Monastery. One way we are generous with each other here at the monastery is in the realm of truthful speech, an attribute that is essential in one who is walking the Buddhist path. The notion of truthful speech is deep and profound. It doesn't simply mean saying things that are truthful. It also implies expressing ourselves honestly, being able to clearly communicate with others, even when there's a thorny issue at hand. Sometimes our attempts at communicating can be hopelessly indirect, which is not helpful. For example, if we feel somebody is being unkind to us, rather than letting them know, we might instead ostentatiously increase our kindness around them, hoping they'll get the message and change. This rarely works and can sometimes be seen as passive-aggressive. So it's important to establish genuinely truthful speech to directly express our needs to others at the appropriate time so they can hear and understand us. This takes practice, but it's very much part of the path. More generally, it's also important to act with a generous heart, no matter what we're doing. This requires an attitude of taking responsibility, recognizing that all institutions, families, monasteries, and communities of all kinds require people to take responsibility, to open their eyes and to see what needs to be done to help others. Sometimes, when we see somebody in need, physically or emotionally, we may think to ourselves, well, this is a big place and someone else will take care of the situation. When we think in this way, it's as if we are placing an invisible force field around those who are in need, so we can't see them or their problems. Ajahn Amaro has colloquially referred to this phenomenon as if people are approaching the world with an SEP field, a somebody else's problem field. In a large community like this, it can be easy to take the SEP field approach and ignore the problems of visitors or those we live with. But we mustn't let these people slip through the cracks or fall by the wayside. This requires a resolve to help those in need as best we can, and not just for their sake. Our holding to such a resolve will help improve the overall sense of well-being, functionality, coherence, harmony, and brightness in the community we're living in. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you for joining me this morning.